We now got a total of 15 DLCs for Planet Zoo, and if you haven't been buying them all at launch or first got into the game recently, it might start to become tricky to keep track of all your favorite animals. Therefore I want to guide you to the packs you need for having most options for your thematic areas in your zoos. And if you have been around since the start, this video might still be a fun nostalgic trip down the history of DLCs. Since Australia seems popular these days here after the Oceania pack, we'll this time be looking at which packs you need to get for a complete Australian selection of animals in Planet Zoo. And just to be clear, with Australia I mean this, including Tasmania. You of course got the base game, which barely goes into Australia, but there is a bit here to come for, in the form of the iconic saltwater crocodile and 3 exhibit species. So those of us who was around from the start couldn't really make Australian areas that made sense to begin with, and that is how it was for a while. We got no Australian species in Deluxe, and none in the Arctic or the South America pack. Then we hit the most obvious pack of them all, the Australia pack. Our first big boost to this area. Dingo, koala, wet kangaroo, southern cassowary and the exhibit species blue-tongued skink or lizard are of course all Australian, which is no big surprise under this pack's name. We will now jump to the aquatic pack, and I'll mention an animal here, but I don't want to make it an official part of this list. The king penguin. They do from time to time end up on Tasmania or mainland Australia, but they do not breed here and therefore I will not include them. Let me know below if you disagree with this. And now we can basically skip a whole year of content. Southeast Asia Animal Pack, Africa Pack, North America Animal Pack and Europe Pack. None of these DLCs contains native Australian species. The Australian area stood still for a long time. In April 2022, the close to perfect Wetlands Animal Pack happened, and finally Australia got another iconic species added, the platypus. The dry spell was over, then the summer came along. Wait, we're talking about Australia here. So winter came, I guess. And with it came the conservation pack. But Frontier didn't decide to conserve anything from down under this time, even though the Tasmanian devil felt like it belonged here. But luckily it didn't take long before an even better match for the devil showed up, the spooky Twilight pack. And yes, something Australian was here, the wombat. For some reason, but we'll gladly accept it, no question asked. And now we jump to December 2022. Finally summer. Here Grasslands Animal Pack gave us 2 of the most common Australian zoo animals, the red-necked wallaby and the emu. Australia started to look pretty good by now. The first half of 2023 didn't give us anything native to Australia in the tropical pack and the arid animal pack. But then we recently hit another big bump on the road for Australia, the Oceania pack. Besides from the kiwi from New Zealand, all species here are found in Australia. Quokka, little penguin, Tasmanian devil and spectacled flying fox. Conclusion: for a complete Australian lineup, these are the DLCs you need. Australia Pack, Wetlands Animal Pack, Twilight Pack, Grassland Animal Pack and Oceania Pack. I hope this was useful or at least somewhat interesting. If that was the case, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave the video a like.